Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Kokomimi's AI presidential D&MD campaign. In the last episode, the party explored the ruins of an old castle, met a bronze dragon, and fought off a group of mephits on an old bridge. I know that we said each of the players would do a recap, but since this is a special episode, we'll save Joe's turn until next episode. This episode is a special Halloween episode that will be canon to the main campaign, just a bit extra for the party to explore. While walking through the rainforest of Melodia, the party encountered a strange artifact resting on a stump, a glass orb with green smoke that emitted a magical light. After casting Identify on it, the party now find themselves in the middle of a strange forest. It is familiar, yet strange. A place that they have never been, yet feels comfortable and inviting.
I had some thoughts about the last episode, but maybe I should save them for the next episode, when we get back to the main story.
Did you figure out the Smith sigil on my new sword?
Nothing yet, but I'm still thinking.
I don't think Ben mentioned Humphrey having any sort of sigil on his work, did he? I can't remember.
Now who's the one forgetting things?
Joe, you'd forget your own name if we didn't constantly remind you.
That's not true. Mama taught me to write it on the inside of my underwear.
Oh, you caught us all this time. We were trying to convince you that your name's Joe when it's actually Haynes.
I own an underwear company?
No, Joe. We're messing with you. And I can see Ben's sanity slipping away, so let's get back to the game.
Thank you. All right. As I said, the party has found themselves in the middle of this strange forest. Merrick, you can feel magic swirling around, watching every move of the party. The trees rustle, as if trying to whisper secrets. While it is completely dark, there is a misty glow about the forest, illuminating the spaces between the trees and foliage. You can hear the chirp of frogs and crickets, but also hushed voices hidden somewhere in the dark. High-pitched, giddy, and all around you. Voices that whisper,
Play with us.
Just a second, Ben. Are we inside that glass orb, or was that orb a portal of some sort?
A surprisingly good question from Donna. I'd like to know the answer.
I'd like to know if we would have gotten the same outcome if I smashed it. Ben was trying to make me feel so guilty last episode for wanting to smash the magic glass orb with magic smoke inside.
I can't exactly answer that question yet. I'll tell you that you aren't literally inside the orb.
Fair enough, I guess. So, we need to find a way to get back to where we were. Whether the orb was some kind of portal, we don't know. Ben, do we still have the orb with us?
No, it's nowhere to be found.
Do we not have it, or was it stolen away?
Is the end goal to find the orb again? I can get behind that as long as I get to smash it after all. This time it's just to spite Ben.
I can't answer that, guys.
I still have Benjamin's crossbow, don't I? I've got an idea. I'm going to shoot a bolt up at the sky. Pew, pew.
Donna, you see your bolt fly up towards the sky, but once it is nearly out of view, you see the bolt hit something invisible and disappear in a puff of red sparks.
Oh no, I've seen this movie. Are we in the Hunger Games? I didn't have a chance to train. I can't kill you guys. You are my buddies. This must be the arena.
Joe, keep it together and don't go on a tangent just yet. Ben, I have plenty of experience with magic and studying the arcane. What do I make of what just happened with Donna's bolt?
Do a roll for me. I'll let you roll with advantage. Do Arcana.
Please, Merrick, don't roll a critical failure like last time.
Don't sweat it. I rolled a 16.
It appears that Donna's bolt hit the edge of some kind of containment barrier. Looking at your surroundings, and thanks to a bit of your Fey ancestry, you've got another thought. It would be a feat of powerful magic, but you have heard of mages who manage to create pockets of Feywilds tethered to the material plane through various artifacts.
A pocket, huh? So, not the entire plane of Feywild.
Hey, Ben, isn't this plagiarism? Something similar happened in Malathrex's campaign, with the mists and such. And they transported the party somewhere as well. This is all feeling very familiar.
Those were mists. You three are dealing with smoke.
And what exactly is the difference?
Never mind that. It was smoke in the artifact, not mist. And you are surrounded by a pocket of the Feywild. I make the rules.
Fine, whatever. What do you make of this, Merrick?
At least the space is somewhat limited. Makes our job of searching a little bit easier. But, things could get weird if this is the Feywild. And I don't just mean weird with the setting, or creatures. Things could get weird when we get back to the material plane.
Then let's put our heads together, guys. Who are those voices we heard? Who wants us to play? What do they want to play? Do we have any sponsors? Who are the other tributes in the arena? What kind of Hunger Games is this?
In answer, the voices rise through the trees.
We hide, you seek.
Hide and seek, a classic.
Don't immediately indulge them like that, Benjen.
I have to agree. You have no idea what you're talking to. Benjen, do you know anything about the Feywild? It's a weird place. Very dangerous if you're not careful. We need to stick together. No running off to play hide and seek with the voices in the forest.
The voices call back to you three.
No play, no fun, no fun.
Their voices twinge with anger at the end of their call. Around the party, a ring of blood-red mushrooms sprout, tiny caps smaller than a fingernail, staring up at you. Their spots look a bit like eyes.
Can I eat one?
Benjen, control yourself.
But my goddess loves mushrooms. I should sample these to see if they will make an adequate offering.
Why not? Live a little, Benjen.
Don't encourage him.
I just want to see what happens.
Benjen, are you sure you want to eat one of the mushrooms?
Just a lick won't hurt.
Viewers, do not eat random mushrooms you find in the forest.
Joe must be running low from his special medicine he found in Hunter's things.
Don't worry, guys, I'm a professional. Nom nom.
Okay. Benjen, you take 2d8 points of psychic damage, and for the time being, if you speak more than 10 words, it must be in limerick form.
Oh my God, Ben, I love you. You found a way to make Benjen shut up.
On the contrary, Donna dear, I find myself urged evermore to bend your ear. If I have something to say, I'll speak right away. My voice will always be here.
Ben, what have you done?
We can't have him talking like that the whole episode. How do we fix him?
There must be some kind of antitoxin to the mushrooms. Surely.
Hey, weird voices! You had your fun and our friend is now quite the poet, but help us fix him before we all go mad.
Fad mad, you wouldn't play with us and now we're mad.
Then let's play a game of finding things. We need to find the way out of here. If we play with you, will you show us the way?
The travelers were at quite an impasse. Without the road cleared in advance, they searched the whole way. The voices bid to obey, and they had yet a challenge to surpass.
Hey, Benjen, I've got one for you. There once was a man addicted to grass. His name was Benjen, a special dumbass. Donna punched his face, and with her feminine grace, she'd never stand for someone so crass.
That was pretty good, Donna.
I changed my mind. I kind of like this new way of insulting Benjen. Very creative, Ben.
While you think of another limerick to throw at him, are the voices receptive to my suggestion? That we play with them and they show us the way back out of here?
The voices giggle around you.
Play. Yes, we'll play, but you must hide too, or you will be found.
I thought we were doing the finding.
Before the party, a basket of fabric appears. It appears to be a collection of disguises.
You must disguise, you must hide, or the creatures will find you.
What creatures?
The monsters who live in this forest. They will eat up adventurers, but not other monsters.
So we're going this far in our special episode, huh? All right.
Each of you put together a little disguise to hide from the monsters in these forests. A costume, if you will.
And we can be anything?
Sure, as long as there's a Dungeons & Dragons equivalent. You can't be like Superman.
I'd rather be Batman anyway.
I'll give you each a moment to put it together. Everyone ready? New portraits in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, even Ben got in on the fun.
I don't get it. Ben, your portrait doesn't look any different.
I'm a vampire.
But you look the exact same as always?
I wonder what the AI is trying to tell us with that.
I think he looks nice. What a fun addition to the episode, Ben.
1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13. You should be speaking in limerick, Benjen.
No, I'm Haynes. I'm Joe.
This is out of game, so we can cut him some slack. Why don't each of you tell us your costume? Just so there's no confusion. I can sort of tell what Merrick is, but Donna?
I decided to be a ghost or wraith-like creature. Simple, but a classic.
I don't get it. Instead of going through all that effort with the makeup and the scary face, just throw a white sheet over yourself and call it a day.
Donald, think carefully about what that would look like and the implications of me being black.
What do you... Oh, shit, never mind.
Yeah, what are you supposed to be, Donald?
I'm a mommy.
You mean a mummy?
That's what I said.
That barely classifies as a costume, Donald. You just put some bandages of Donna and called it a day.
It's not my fault that the AI generators kept trying to make her look like this. Do you know how many generations I had to do just to get something that was YouTube friendly? All the others looked like Halloween special Donna on OnlyFans.
I bet you downloaded all of those, though.
Of course I did. Who do you think I am?
Right. Well, what about you, Joe?
No need for him to tell us. Joe is dressed as a furry. Now let's keep playing.
No, I'm a werewolf, Donald.
Same thing.
What drew you to a werewolf, Joe?
I like the puppies in the picture.
I can't tell if Joe is stupid, blind, or senile. Those are not puppies, Joe.
But look at them. They are so fluffy.
You can see those bared teeth?
Oh, grandmother, what big ears you have, what big eyes you have, what big teeth you have.
All the better to eat you with.
All right, enough of that. We've all got our disguises on. We can continue through the forest. We're back in the game, Joe. So don't forget.
Back to limericks I go, unperturbed or disturbed by my flow. We'll find the portal out of here. Once we do, we'll let out a cheer. And to the next temple we tow.
Just a moment. As you each start to set off, you realize something is missing. Something has been taken from each of you. Marek, your signet ring, bearing the family crest, is nowhere to be found. Donna, your trident is conspicuously gone. And Benjen, you can't find your trusty loot anywhere.
My loot, it's gone, and Donna's brawn, snatched up in the trees. Calm spirits, please. We need these things to move on.
Oh, no more nice Donna. They steal from her and they get the horns. I don't care if they want to play hide and seek. We aren't wasting time with them. Give me back my trident.
Might we be able to speak more directly to these voices?
What for?
To see if we can come to an understanding. We'll play your games, and then we need our items returned and the way out of this place cleared.
From the shadows of some trees appears two children, their eyes wide and bright like moons. They stare at the party, curious, as if they are expecting something.
So they're just kids?
Marek, roll Arcana or History for me. I'll let you roll with advantage.
19.
Right. Do you know what Kadama are? Or Children of the Forest?
Oh, me!
Go ahead, Joe, and you don't have to do it in limerick form.
I know about Kadama from that old Ghibli movie, Princess Mononoke. They are basically like forest spirits and the children of trees. Children of the forest are another way to describe them, but I think that term has only been used in A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones.
They're actually tied into Japanese folklore and mythology, but yes, they are also featured in Princess Mononoke.
Anime is my happy place.
Princess what a who. Anyway, I tried watching Game of Thrones, but could barely finish it. Season 7 and 8 were written by some brain-dead crackpot with a taped-up plot and zero logic.
I like Season 8.
Joe, you take that back.
What's wrong?
You cannot look me in the eye and tell me that Season 8 was good.
Let's not devolve this into a fight about TV shows. It's good enough that you have the basis of reference for this lore. The viewers can look up more if they're curious. Anyway, Marek, these children do appear to be some fae being tied to the magic of nature. And as you glance over them more, you see telltale signs of their sylvan nature. Some of the children stare out from the shadows of trees, while others are shrouded by mushroom caps atop their heads. They are creatures only seen in the Feywilds, small, mischievous beings with both the attitude and appearance of children.
Well, what are they called?
Heh, you can't remember exactly what these are called.
I bet you had to roll a crit on that one for Ben to tell you, damn it, Ben, that's not fair.
Either way, sounds like they're not particularly dangerous.
They're kids.
Still best not to poke at them and earn their ire. I'm guessing that means we have to treat this forest with respect as well. All right, hello, children. Listen, we'll play with you, but you can't just take our things away.
But if we don't take them, you won't play. You'll leave too quickly.
And you all are the ones who brought us here? Did you leave that weird artifact in the forest?
The children laugh.
We left it for you to find so you'd come to play. An invitation to our party.
I'm shocked Joe is holding it together in front of the little girls.
Ugh, that is not funny.
I must count my words.
You'll come to our house, the house of our master, for the party. If you don't want to play hide and seek, we will hide there and you can seek us later at the house of our master.
All right, and where is that?
The children hand you tiny pumpkins carved into jack-o'-lanterns.
You must find it yourself. Find using these. Find the wisps for the lanterns.
Marek, you notice that the pumpkins they have given you are made of a papery substance imbued with potent wild magic. The magic should be capable of containing a singular creature, even if they cannot ordinarily be restrained. The wisps that the children refer to are almost certainly willow wisps.
We have captured the wisps inside of them, but you need one of your own to find the way. Find the will-o-wisp to light the way, and you must bring treats for the master. It's rude to come to a party with no gifts.
Find some wisps, catch them in these pumpkin lanterns, and bring some food to the party. Then we get our stuff back and get out of here. Got it.
We find the wisps to light the way and bring with treats to earn our stay. Through the wild woods we trail, catching magic in these pumpkin pails, tricks and treats like a bouquet.
We have candy from our dungeon exploration, and that would be on brand for a Halloween episode. But what exactly else are we supposed to bring to this party?
Red apples. Juicy red apples. But careful of the poison. You'll find them by the wisps.
Psst, Marek. You know we can always crash the party with nothing in hand?
Roll deception, Donna.
15.
Before Ben continues, Donna, how would that even work? We don't know the way to this house they've mentioned, and I assume that's where we're supposed to find our stuff. We have to get the wisps anyway. Might as well play along.
He's right. Thankfully, the children did not hear your ill-advised idea. Otherwise, they might get a little angry.
Donna, this is the Feywild. I told you things get crazy here. Watch out. I'll turn back to the kids. We'll play this game with all of you. Where should we start looking for the wisps?
The children laugh to themselves and scoot back into the shadow. After another moment, you see the figure of a woman morph from the wood of a tree. She uses her branch-like arms to point away from the party. She is silent. Or perhaps it's that she can't open her wooden mouth to speak. Her form reminds you a bit of Sarah, the woman who transformed into a monster before your eyes in Melodia City. This woman, however, doesn't have the aspects of a banshee. She seems to simply be an odd tree-like being.
Still very hot. 8 out of 10. I'd show her my morning wood, if you know what I mean.
Chill, Donna. I think I'm gonna need to find a stick or something to bonk both you and Benjen when you start saying sus shit.
Gee, Marek wields a stick to go bonk, Wime, so that Donna and me can't go honk. Now ain't no more horny allowed. We can't say things out loud, or else Marek gives our heads a conk.
You're pushing it with those nonsense words in your rhymes, Benjen.
Call me Dr. Seuss.
I'll call you Dr. Sus.
That was pretty good, Donna.
Oh,
sorry, Ben. If we're all ready to go, we can follow the directions of the tree lady.
right. The party follows the gesture of the tree lady monster, which brings them to the edge of a swamp, putrid and bubbling with sulfur. The smell of bog water fills your senses.
Gross, Ben?
We find ourselves lost in a swamp, a location without very much pomp. Ben's borrowing stories fell from Malathrex's territory, and now Donna's going to give him a stomp.
True, swamps are his thing, but this is the second time we've referenced him in the episode. I think we've met the limit, don't you?
And swamps are not, like, trademarked or whatever. Chill, Benjen. Besides, I think will-o-wisps are usually found in swamps. Where else are we supposed to find them? On a snowy mountain?
As you all enter the area of the swamp, the ground gives way slightly under your feet, sinking you into the sticky mud. It takes great effort to trudge through the waters and slick ground, so tread carefully and watch your step.
Any enemies around us for an ambush? If we're stuck in the mud, it's a perfect place.
Nothing that you can see, though you do notice dancing lights in the air around you. They start faint, and then grow with a strange glow as you step deeper into the swamp. The balls of light are about the size of your fists and following your every move.
That's a wisp. Now how are we supposed to catch them? Ben, what do I know about these enemies? I'll roll Arcana. That's 14.
You recall from your studies about various magical creatures that will-o-wisps can be tricky to deal with. They are immune to lightning and poison damage, and have resistance to acid, cold, fire, necrotic, thunder, and non-magical attacks.
What the hell? That's like all our damage.
Benjen, give me your character sheet.
Him.
You're right that this thing has resistance to basically all of our damage. If we want to catch these, we'll need Benjen's cleric spells. You take a look as well, Donna. See if you can't help put together an idea of how to catch these things. Ben, They aren't attacking us, right?
No, but they are certainly keeping a watchful gaze over your party. Or you think it's a watchful gaze? You can't exactly tell, since the wisps don't have eyes.
And do we each need to catch a wisp in a lantern, or is one good enough? The kids weren't specific on that note.
It could go either way, but perhaps it's better to be safe rather than sorry.
So we've got to catch 3.
Benjen has the command spell. Couldn't he command the wisps to enter a lantern?
That could work. I'd imagine that they would start attacking once we catch one, though.
Then here's what we can do. I'll be the one with the lanterns. Once one enters, I'll pass the lit lanterns over to you.
So you're offering to be our tank?
I haven't forgotten how much you two need Donna and her massive HP bar.
To protect you, Benjen can also cast protection from evil and good. And I'll provide magic support even if the wisps resist all my attacks.
All right, you got all that, Benjen? You've been quiet.
Benjen's brain is on blast, working on rhymes that will last. He's very tired of writing this verse. Would rather be finding realms to traverse. He's got to come up with these rhymes too fast.
Fair enough. But if you keep your lines short, you can help us fight without having to speak in limerick form. You can do it, buddy.
I cast protection from evil and good on Donna.
And that will protect Donna against a number of foes, but in this case, undead. Donna, the wisps will now have disadvantage on attack rolls towards you, and you can't be possessed by them. Benjen, you can cast another spell since you haven't directly moved against the wisps yet.
I use command wisp to the lantern.
The wisdom save for the spell is 12.
And it doesn't hit. Benjen, you try to command the wisps to enter the lantern, but the spell brushes past the undead creature. Around you, more lights rise from the waters of the swamp. The party is standing on a patch of land surrounded by knee-deep water. Ahead and to the left is another patch of ground, muddy, but out of the murky water. 6 wisps surround the party. 4 are ahead of the party, while 2 more are floating at your sides. Let's roll initiative.
6.
5.
13.
And the wisps rolled 5, 7, 8, 10, 3, and 2. The combat order will go Benjen, 3 wisps, Marek, Donna, and then the other 3 wisps. Benjen, I'll let you go ahead and make another action since you are first in the combat order.
I use command again.
On which wisps?
The one here.
Where?
I have to count my words.
He's pointing to the wisp that is to the left of the party.
Gotcha. Wisdom save is 12 still, and it rolled a critical failure. Well, Benjen, you are able to force one of the wisps into Donna's lantern. Once inside the pumpkin-shaped object, the carved holes glow with the light of the wisp. Next, it's the wisp's turn. 3 of them float towards the group. Lightning crackles from each of them. Marek will take 11 points lightning damage as the wisps vibrate with electrical energy. The 2 other wisps miss their attacks. Donna is well protected from Benjen's spell, while Benjen, you get lucky, as the other wisps totally misses its attack.
Lucky me.
Marek, you're up. Before you go, however, know that the 3 wisps that just attacked have now turned invisible.
Got it. Damn, this is difficult. I don't want to kill any of the wisps since we need to catch them.
If you can manage to hit any of the invisible ones, they'll lose their invisible status.
Do I need to do damage to them, or is it enough if I just hit them with a spell?
If you impact them in any way with a spell, they'll lose invisibility.
Got it. I just need a nice AoE spell that does low damage, or no damage, but can hit them somehow. I have the Gust spell, but I don't think that does much AoE. Burning Hands. It is.
What about the splash potions?
Oh, I could use those, yeah. They do a good bit of damage, though. I'm afraid I'll kill the wisps. Then we'd be back at square one.
Doesn't Burning Hands do the same amount of damage as those splash potions?
Technically, yeah, but the splash potions leave a surface on the ground. I don't want the wisps to take more fire damage between turns.
But they're floating in the air. How would that work?
Flames do burn upwards.
Fine, whatever.
I'll cast Burning Hands as a first-level spell and pray it doesn't kill the wisps. I'll target the area in front of me in a cone.
Got it. Marek, your spell surges forth, but doesn't manage to hit any of the wisps. Unfortunately, because of the invisibility, you have no idea if you aimed correctly or if the wisps dodged your attack.
Damn.
Donna, it is your turn.
These little shits turn invisible after their turns, huh? Then I'm going to ignore fighting them and go right to using the lantern as a net for the ones I can see.
Straight to the point, I see. Let me think about how I could work that out as roles. Donna, how about you make an athletics check? I'll measure your roll against a dex check of the Wisps, but the Wisps have disadvantage thanks to Benjen's spell on you.
Finally, Benjen is good for something.
He's been good for a lot of things in this campaign, Donna.
Sure, whatever helps you sleep at night. All right, I rolled a dirty 20 on athletics. Donna's an athletic queen.
And that hits. Donna, you somehow managed to catch one of the Wisps using your athletic prowess alone, scooping up the light into another lantern and locking the lid tight. You had to move away from the party to do this, however, and you are now situated on the opposing piece of land.
But do I have the last lantern in hand?
Sure, I'll allow that. Now the final Wisp will take its turn. It flies towards Merrick, ready with another lightning spell.
Crap.
But Merrick, thanks to your new sash, the spell flies right off your robes, and the electric magic dissipates into the air.
Phew!
Unfortunately, however, right after finishing the attack, the monster turns invisible. The lights around you are gone, and while you can still see due to the moonlight, your opponents are expertly hidden.
At least we only have one more Wisp to catch. No worries. We got this, guys.
How the heck did those kids catch Wisps for the lanterns? If they had some kind of trick up their sleeve, they might have told us.
Never mind that, Merrick. We've got to focus. Only one left.
True. One left. All right. We're back at the top of the round, right? Benjen, what have you got?
Calm emotions?
That only works on humanoids. Also, it doesn't work on undead, as far as I know.
Hideous laughter.
Has to be cast at a target you can see.
Vicious mockery?
Same thing. Has to be cast at a target you can see.
Let me look at your character sheet, Joe. It isn't making things easier since you can't really communicate with us without counting your words. You could use Sanctuary on me. I've already lost some health. And if the invisible enemies target me, they could probably kill me if I got unlucky.
Okie dokie. Sanctuary on Merrick. Wah!
Nice. All right. Merrick, you are now further protected from attack. Enemies must make a wisdom saving throw if they target you and will lose the attack if they fail the save. The spell will end if you make an attack, however. Next up is 3 of the invisible Wisps. As they move to make their lightning attacks, you see them appear in the swamp, losing their invisible status. One of them targets Benjen, 23 to hit, and 8 lightning damage.
Ouchie!
And the other 2?
The other 2 target you, Merrick, but thanks to Benjen's handy spell, neither are able to hit you. They lose their attacks this turn. However, they are still able to turn invisible at the end of their turn. They disappear once more into the swamp. Merrick, you're up.
Damn. Was hoping that the fail from Sanctuary would mean they can't turn invisible again. Oh well. I'll try Burning Hands once more as a first-level spell, aiming in the direction of the Wisps we just saw. No, wait. I'll aim slightly to my right.
Aha! Clever! In the wake of your fiery cone, you see a flicker of light. You manage to hit one of the Wisps. Roll for damage.
I rolled a 6 on damage. They have resistance to fire, though, so I'm sure that's not the amount of damage I actually dealt.
Nope. Still, you were able to knock the Wisps from their invisibility. In addition, you can see flames flicking all around the Wisp. It seems that you have managed to cause it to burn.
This fight is teaching me that we need a better way to deal with invisible enemies. I'm sure there's a spell Benjen and I will get access to later that'll help, but this is punishing, okay? Donna, you're up.
And I'm going to use my athletics again to catch this Wisp. I rolled a 14.
Donna is still protected through Benjen's spell, right? It should be up if I did my tracking correctly. Oof. Donna, you are unable to catch the Wisp in the lantern. Now that you can see the Wisps well, you all can see how dexterous they are at avoiding attacks. Now the remaining invisible Wisp makes its own attack. At Donna this time. 18 to hit and 12 damage. Oof. In addition, Donna, I need you to make a saving throw to avoid becoming electrocuted.
23.
All right. You are able to shake off the electric energy that has stuck to your body due to jumping through the murky water. You are not electrocuted. We are back at the top of the round.
Is that one Wisp still visible?
Yes, of the 4 remaining Wisps, one is still visible and burning.
What if I use True Strike?
What about it?
Can I give it to Donna?
Speak plainly for a second, Joe.
Phew, okay. I want to cast True Strike, but let Donna have the advantage of the buff so that she can roll to catch the wisps with advantage.
Unfortunately, it's a self-buff, not a party buff, so that won't work.
Pooey.
Also, if you use that spell, it would break concentration for Donna's protection.
Probably better that we don't use it then. Benjen, use Sanctuary on me again to protect me from the next round of attacks. I'll try to cast Burning Hands at the other wisps to reveal them so that Donna has more options when trying to catch the creatures.
Good teamwork, guys.
Okay, I cast Sanctuary on Merrick.
Excellent. Then it's the wisps' turn. 3 of the invisible wisps reveal themselves. 1 focuses their attack on Merrick, while the other 2 move towards Benjen. Merrick, you are protected from the attack due to Benjen's Sanctuary spell. Benjen, you, on the other hand... Oh dear. Benjen, both of the attacks of the wisps hit you. The damage is devastating. You have been reduced to 0 hit points and will need to make a death-saving throw.
Shit!
Also, your concentration has been broken, so Donna is no longer protected by your spell.
Double shit!
Don't worry, buddy. I'm gonna run over to save you. Just hold on for a second.
Hey, I'm dying!
Not on our watch.
Marek, the wisps return to their invisible state, apart from the one that is burning. It is your turn.
I run over to Benjen and feed him one of the berries in my inventory that heals 2d8.
All right.
It heals 16 points.
Holy shit, that was lucky.
About time we got some good luck. Consuming the berries is supposed to be a bonus action. Can I make an attack?
Well, it was supposed to be a bonus action if you eat them yourself, but I'll allow it this time.
Sweet. Okay, this time I'm going to use Burning Hands and attack slightly to the left.
Wow. You actually managed to hit 2 more of the wisps. What's the damage?
17 damage. I think we are using up all our luck on this turn. Wow.
Of course, not all that damage will be dealt to the wisps. But very good. All right. That means 3 of the 4 wisps are now visible, burning from Merrick's spell. Donna, it is your turn.
You know what I'm gonna do, Ben?
Donna, I'll let you roll the athletics check with advantage since the wisps are burning.
All right, 19 and 23.
And that is a success. Donna, you are able to scoop up the 3rd wisp into the lanterns thanks to Merrick's spell work. You now have all 3 lanterns lit up, but you're in combat still. What do you all want to do?
Run! We want to run!
Running is for cowards.
We are going to die if we keep going like this, Donna.
In this case, we can be cowards.
Running from the fight. I think this is the first time the party has done this. All right, let me see. Are any of you going to contribute to the chase through magic or other means?
I will scoop up Benjen's beat-up ass. Merrick, how fast can you run?
Probably not as fast as you.
Do I need to carry both of them? I will do it if I must.
My question is, if we run, will the wisps chase after us? They have somewhat human intelligence, no?
On the other hand, we are in a swamp. Plenty of foliage to run and hide.
But wisps can phase through objects since they are incorporeal. I don't know if the foliage will help.
Just because they can phase through things doesn't mean they can see us.
Donna is right.
If we tried to run, what would we need to do?
I'd make you and Donna do an athletics check. Benjen, since you're being carried, we'll say that your escape is tied right to Donna's.
I am a princess.
You are nearly dead is what you are.
Actually, that berry healed him quite a lot.
Shh, I want Donna to carry me.
Well, our escape is hinging on whether or not the wisps will pursue us leaving the area. They're evil aligned, but I don't know if they'd follow us anywhere if we chose to run.
I'm gonna scoop up Merrick too. We are running out of here.
In that case, Donna, I'll make you roll athletics with disadvantage.
No problem. 17 and 22.
Man, your athletics bonus is huge.
Just like Donna's muscles.
How is she even running with both Merrick and Benjen in her arms?
One slung over each shoulder and the lanterns in her arms. I'm out of here.
Well, somehow, it is a success. I did not think you would get that lucky with rolls. I forgot about your huge athletics bonus.
And I'll run to the left of the map since there's an opening that way, even if I have to run through the water.
I should probably impose more of a disadvantage because of that, but the image of Donna huffing it with Benjen and Merrick on her shoulders is pretty funny, so I'll let it slide.
Donna, my hero, she saves the day.
I accept thanks by way of coin.
All right, we'll pass you some once we get a safe distance away. Are the wisps chasing after us?
As you all disappear through the mud and trees of the swamp, the glow from the wisps similarly dies down. It appears as if they did not bother chasing after you once you disengaged from combat.
At least we have that going for us. Dang, Ben. Invisible enemies. Why do you punish us so with these fights?
Well, you didn't have to fight them. Will-o-wisps are undead and can speak in the languages they knew in life. You could have tried talking to them to coax them into the lanterns.
So that fight was unnecessary.
Not totally. It was one way to solve the problem, of course. There are always multiple solutions.
Yeah, but when you travel with Donna, so many of those solutions involve violence.
White, I seem to remember it was your plan to start combat.
True enough, I guess. Well, we're supposed to find some apples near the wisps, weren't we? Have we missed that chance?
Ah, I almost forgot. As the group runs from the field of battle, the boggy swamp dries out into patches of matted green grass and a grove of lush trees, laden with crisp red apples. Each of the fruits glimmer in the low light, inviting you to take a bite.
Remember that some of these are poisoned. Don't touch anything until we can figure out which is which.
As you three enter the apple orchard, you spot the dark figures of creatures picking the apples, collecting them in wicker baskets, left at the foot of each tree. You squint your eyes, realizing that the mysterious creatures are hags, evil fey creatures that resemble gnarled old women. They eye the party as the adventurers approach.
Thought we smelled the stink of humans in our little orchard. Have a bite of an apple, dear. Don't they look so delicious? Heh. But be careful. Only one from each tree will sate that appetite.
The hag hands Donna a pristine red apple.
Wait, do they know that we're adventurers? Or did the costumes actually have a purpose beyond being a dumb Halloween episode gimmick? Also, I am offended. I'm a half-elf, not a human.
Sorry, I should have made that more clear. The hags eye the adventuring party with a malicious gleam.
Thought I smelled humans, but you three must have come from haunting and hunting them. Have an apple if you like. Heh.
Everyone play it cool. Yes, thank you. I love apples. Heh.
With that, I could eat them. Alas, they go right through me.
Mr. Wolf searches for meat. He finds only a treat brought to him by the hands of a hag. Golly, if it weren't poison, he'd sure be glad. His wolfish nose should be able to sniff out a sweet.
In response to Benjamin's limerick, the hag lets out a shrill laugh.
Now that's quite a spell on you. Ate some mushrooms in the forest, you dumb dog. Go ahead and gorge yourself on some apples. That'll fix your problem up.
Really? Oh boy!
No sit, Benjamin.
Woof!
Ah, so you aren't so dumb after all? Too bad. I would have liked to see you choke.
Excuse me, but are the apples free to pick?
Grab a basket and help yourself. No problem if you're looking for a bit of poison. Good luck otherwise.
The hag walks away with a nasty cackle.
Great. How are we supposed to figure out which apples are which?
Your idea about crashing the party with nothing in hand might not have been such a bad idea after all.
It is time for me to save the day.
Does a laugh count as a word? If it does, Benjamin should have said that in limerick form. So shut up, Benjamin.
Here I am to save the day. My magic will help us all if I just pray sweet treats are a simple find. My magic will tell them in kind, no poison shall be paid.
Paid. To who?
You mean whom?
Shut the hell up, Merrick.
Only tasty apples for the party.
Do you have a spell to help us, Benjamin?
Detect poison and disease. Purify food and drink.
Let me see your character sheet. Huh. So you can locate which apples are poison and remove the poison from any apples we pick.
Easy. So we grab a basket full of apples and Benjamin uses his magic. Bada bing, bada boom, done.
Benjamin, will you cast Purify Food and drink over one of the baskets of apples? As your magic washes over the basket, the apples inside shrivel up into rock-hard black rocks. The apples no longer have any poison in them, but they're no longer apples in the first place.
So taking the poison out doesn't work. We'll have to use his other spell to look for the good apples in the orchard.
Did these hags grow these poison apples or what?
In response to your question, Donna, one of the hags lets out a nasty smile.
Those little children grew them with their magic. While each tree poisons the fruit of its branches, it produces the sweetest apple while sapping everything from the others.
Huh. That strangely makes sense. All right, I'll take the basket of apples we just ruined and dump out the duds.
There is a single apple remaining in the basket, red and delicious, more supple and succulent than any fruit you've ever seen.
We'll have Benjen double-check it when we look for other apples. Benjen, what is the range of your detect poison spell?
30 feet!
Okay, we'll have to position you between several trees to get the most out of the spell. Let's do this.
I use my magic, abracadabra!
Save your words, Benjen. Start working on your next limerick while you can.
Benjen, your magic washes over the surrounding area. The world is suddenly clouded in gray. Your magic has adjusted itself to block out the view of the hundreds of poison apples in the orchard. Instead, you can see spots of glowing red on each tree.
That must be where the good apples are. Lead the way, Benjen.
He can't even narrate leading us around unless he does it in a limerick.
I lead the group around, finding apples on and off the ground. We will have a full basket, no worry about any caskets, only the best fruits we've found.
I'm impressed that you can somehow move the plot forward while still doing it in verse, Joe. Still, the ratio of each of us speaking is going to be sorely skewed.
Don't be sorry about that, Ben. Any episode where we can get Joe to shut up is a perfect episode.
That's not nice, Donald. He's our friend. We're all having fun.
You're telling me it's fun when he derails the game every 5 minutes with some kind of weird tangent?
At least he's not tainting it with egoism and selfishness.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Let's get back to the game, Ben.
Gladly. Thanks to the help of Benjen's handy spell, the party is able to fill up a basket of juicy apples. Along with your glowing pumpkin lanterns, it seems you're finally ready to get to the party at the so-called Master's house. I didn't think you guys would be able to do this so quickly, but I should have accounted for Benjen's interesting assortment of spells.
How do you mean interesting?
Well, he started off this campaign by picking some interesting spells that I wouldn't have chosen, like sleep and speaking with animals. But they've really come in handy in these situations.
I assume we could have fought those hags. It wouldn't have gone well, though.
True. But there were other ways you could have found poison in the apples. I was going to have you guys do a little bobbing for apples.
How is that supposed to help us figure out which apples are poisoned?
Bad eggs float.
You mean apples?
Yeah, you get the point.
Thank God we didn't have to do that. Can you imagine picking all the apples and floating them where? Back in the swamp water? Gross.
True. That would have led to a whole other chain of problems, especially if the wisps weren't feeling forgiving. Nice job, Benjen. You saved us some headache.
Well, we have the wisp lanterns and the apples. The wisps are supposed to show us the way to this party, right?
Right you are, Donna. As the party leaves the grove of apple trees, they notice something in the underbrush that they hadn't before. Hundreds of these pumpkin lanterns are lighting the way through the forest floor, now glowing in response to your own wisps.
Then let's follow them.
You follow the trail of glowing faces until you arrive at a small clearing in the forest, where several of the children are waiting. They smile at the party, clapping their hands.
You did it! You found your way here!
And we brought sweet apples. Now take us to the party so that we can reclaim our gear.
The master of the house? Give them to the master of the house.
The children take the party by the hands and lead them through the trees to a larger clearing. In the center of a clearing is a little cottage painted in vibrant colors. It is surrounded by the glow of pumpkin lanterns housing even more willow wisps.
We offer our candies to the master of the house. You offer your sweets too.
Took some effort to decipher of these apples which weren't poisoned. Was that your doing? Or the hags tending the orchard?
The children giggle.
Maybe us, maybe not.
Ben, I know you said they are kids, but what the hell kind of evil kid poisons apples for fun? Little psychopaths. And what would have happened if we ate one of them?
You'd start speaking in verse, of course, just like your friend.
They point over to Benjen.
Is that all? I thought we would die if we ate one of the poisoned apples.
Nothing so drastic.
Come bring the apples, it is time for the party.
The children lead you around the back of the cottage, where a pleasant aroma fills the air, savory and rich with hints of herbs. Stirring the pot is a familiar face.
The soup will be ready later, children, if you all would like a bowl. Oh, hello, adventurers. What are you all doing here?
The children answer her, giggling with mischief.
We brought them to play.
So Mem is the master of the house that they mentioned. I shouldn't be surprised, given her affinity with the forest and mushrooms, plus her magical nature. I'll greet her warmly. Hello, Mem. Didn't think we would be seeing you again so soon. I thought you were with Mavanna and her entourage.
I am. I only stopped by to check on those growing in this terrarium. I had felt them growing a little restless. I suppose that's because of you three here. How in the world did you get here?
We found a glass artifact in the forest that had smoke inside. When we tried to figure out what it was, we found ourselves here.
Ah, that explains things. Sometimes the Myconets get a little bored by themselves. I've been busy and haven't had time to visit.
Myconet, that sounds familiar.
Episodes ago, when you asked what sort of being Mem was, that was one of the creatures that came to your mind.
Mem, what exactly is a Myconet? Are they similar to myconids?
Somewhat, yes. As you know, the goddess has me spread fungal spores around the rainforest of Melodia in order to grow her favorite mushrooms.
The drug mushrooms, yes.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, the resulting growths take on a more sentient presence. I think it may have something to do with the accumulation of magic in the area. Where there is too much magic, the fungal spores grow into these children that you see here, myconets, ambulatory and sentient like myconids, but with a humanoid appearance. There were enough of them that, with time, I needed a safe place for them to grow.
So you're the one who sectioned off this pocket of Feywild?
Yes, with some help from our goddess, of course. Even if we did not have these new beings popping up occasionally, I enjoy coming here as it reminds me of home. Or the little that I can remember of it.
I have an important question from Emma.
Yes, Donna?
Can you teach me how to make the barrier around this world? You see, I have an interest in walls. And this wall you have created, it is unlike anything I have ever seen.
I'm surprised, to be honest. It has taken this many episodes for Donald to make reference to a wall.
Our writer was really holding on as long as possible before bringing up that joke.
Donna seeks a wall's repose. She loves them more than tulips or rose. But we will bring her inner walls down, turn her frown upside down. She seeks for Mem's secrets disclosed.
To answer your question, Donna, folding a pocket of another plane into itself is no simple matter. It takes great magic. Magic beyond the realm of most mortal beings. You'll need to seek divine favor if you ever want to be capable of such a thing.
I'll keep that in mind.
What is your aim? To create a fantasy wall in this D&D world?
When I accumulate enough gold to oppose Bam, I'm going to form a wall like this around the tribe so that he can't get back in. I will sit inside and watch him beg. Maybe I will find some dragons to feed him to. Heh heh.
Still salty about the Bam thing, I see.
Screw you, Merrick. He and his goons killed my father.
It did happen off screen, you know.
What? Are you trying to argue that he's still alive?
Rule 1 of watching shows. If the kill didn't happen on screen, then it didn't happen. Sometimes, even if you see it, it didn't happen.
Oh, like all the times they baited Glenn's death in The Walking Dead.
That should be in limerick form, Benjamin.
I can't bring myself to write one when talking about Glenn. What a legend.
No spoilers, please.
That show's old as dirt, Barack. If you don't know the spoilers around Glenn, then I worry for you.
The viewers might not.
Why does this always have to devolve into some sort of weird pop culture reference? Can't we get back to the roleplay?
You're in no position to criticize Ben when you steal ideas from anime and whatever.
Fair enough, I guess. Sometimes the references just slip out and I don't realize until later. Anyway, let's return to the story. Mem continues her conversation with the party.
Is something wrong with your friend there? He appears to be speaking strangely.
You mean Benjamin? He ate some magic mushrooms in the forest, and now he has to speak in limerick form. It's been a great way to shut him up.
Granted. The ratio of our talking in this episode is going to be heavily skewed. Can you fix him, Mem?
Sure, that's an easy one. He just needs to try to rhyme something that has no rhyme. That should break the spell.
That easy? No problem. Hear that, Benjamin? Now let's think carefully about a word in English that stereotypically has no rhyme.
I can't remember.
It's a color.
Purple!
No! Well, actually, I can't think of a rhyme for that one either. But there is another choice, Benjamin.
Silver.
What? Actually, that one doesn't have a rhyme either. But the color I'm thinking of, think of Donna.
What about me?
Orange.
You got there eventually.
Donna is a maiden of orange. I can talk normally again now. The spell is broken. Eureka!
There. All better, so to speak. Now, what are the three of you doing here in this place? Aside from the Myconets kidnapping you?
They invited us to a party here.
We brought apples.
And they made us capture some will-o-wisps to light the way here.
Mem looks down at the pumpkin lanterns.
They trapped the wisps inside the lanterns? Clever little things. Perhaps too clever. I'll have to have a talk with them about things like this.
Is there a problem?
Not really, but they should be aware that wisps are not exactly neutral creatures. They are an evil undead that can sometimes be dangerous if not dealt with correctly.
You can say that again. We almost died trying to get them in these pumpkin lanterns.
Yes, I do apologize. Thankfully, you all seem well enough.
Donna couldn't be stopped by a little floating lights.
Certainly not.
Miss Mem, we were invited to this party by the Myconets, but the real reason we're here is because they seem to have taken a few of their things.
Mem looks at several of the children.
Have you all been naughty? Trying to mess with travelers?
We just wanted to play for a bit.
Playing is fine, but stealing is not very nice. You should know that.
Don't forget kidnapping. They technically kidnapped us by bringing us to this plane.
Anyway, they took a few of our things, and we need them back before returning to our adventure. We believe that they're hidden in this house. Would you know anything about that?
Children, have you hidden their things in the house?
Some of the children giggle.
Apologies for that. You can go into the house to find your things. Be careful, as they may have hidden your things in some of the trickier rooms. Nothing deadly, of course. I just set up the house so it would be a little fun. What exactly are you missing?
My signet ring, Benjamin's loot, and Donna's trident.
They'll likely have hidden them in different parts of the house.
It's finally time for hide and seek.
All of you have had enough of a head start. Don't give them too tough a time.
She turns back to adventurers.
The house is open for you to search. If they give you too tough a time, come back outside and I'll have a talk with them.
Will you three go ahead into the house?
Yep, we need our stuff.
All right. As you open the door, the front room feeds into several hallways with closed wooden doors. You can hear the voices of the forest children behind the doors.
How many doors are there?
3. Merrick, you sense the presence of magic deep throughout this house.
One for each of us, maybe.
Let's split up and search for clues.
Let's stay together and look through each door, Benjamin. Splitting up is a bad idea.
Yeah, haven't you seen a horror movie before?
They are my favorite genre. Have you guys seen me play Five Nights at Freddy's? I'm a beast.
Don't equate yourself in an alternate timeline to the Joe we have before us. I will not be fooled.
Ben, is there any distinguishing marks about any of the doors? Any hint about what may be behind each one?
No, but you can vaguely sense the magic of Donna's trident radiating from the middle door.
Me first! I will bust through the door to reclaim my trident.
Donna, as you open the door, you are greeted by a strange maze of your reflection. Every wall and scrap of ceiling is covered by a reflective surface.
I look damn good.
I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Donna.
What?
Just do it.
Fine, I got an 18.
All right. Donna, you are somehow able to fight off the magical charm of the mirror, but every few feet, you will need to make another saving throw to prevent yourself from being charmed.
I will smash the mirrors. I couldn't smash the smoke bomb, but I can smash these mirrors.
All right. That's one way to do things. Roll an athletics check for me.
Another 18.
Wow, okay. Donna, as you walk down the hall of mirrors, you can feel your reflection pulling you into a trance, but as soon as the magic washes over you,
I slam my mighty fists into the mirrors, shattering them into 1,000 pieces. Donna, rage!
If she's smashing all the mirrors, then I guess it's safe to trail behind her. No worries about Benjamin or I getting charmed.
At the end of the hall, Donna, after stepping through the mess of mirror shards and glass, you find your trident waiting for you on a stump growing out of the floor.
I pick it up, united again at last.
You're going to be the one to tell Mem that you busted all her mirrors.
No offense, but what kind of person keeps a hall of enchanted mirrors in their house?
As I mentioned when you entered the house, Merrick, you felt the presence of magic in the halls. It's likely that the forest children made some temporary alterations to the house just for you three.
That makes more sense. Okay, so which door is next?
There is no way of telling which door is which. But Benjen, you hear the plucking of your loot behind the rightmost door.
That answers that question. But I'm going for my signet ring first. No offense, Benjen, but my ring is more valuable than your loot. We can always buy you another loot. I'll go to the leftmost door in the room.
Got it. Merrick, you open the door to find another hallway, but this one is very narrow. As soon as the party enters, you notice a crack a few feet away, and suddenly, then hallway before you begins to spin.
Oh, I get it. This house is like a fun house from carnivals. Neato Ben!
In the distance, you can see the glint of your signet ring past the spinning hall, Merrick.
Guess I'm going through.
You'll need to roll an acrobatics check to make it through. Also, the hallway is only big enough for each of you to go one at a time.
Then it should be me. I have a huge bonus to strength and other checks.
Acrobatics is a dexterity check, Donna.
What? Why?
Because acrobats are nimble, not meatheads.
I roll an athletics check to use my mighty fist to stop the hallway from rotating.
How?
I will reach into that crack, and with my grip strength alone, I will hold the hallway in place.
Well, you can try.
I rolled a 14.
You can't hold the hallway in place, Donna. The giant rotating cylinder keeps spinning. If anything, it has begun to spin faster.
Nice going, Donna. All right, guess I'll try my luck at this. I rolled a 13 for acrobatics.
Almost, but not quite. Merrick, you try to throw yourself through the hall, but keep tumbling as the hallway spins. You think that you have made it across somehow, only to open your eyes back beside Donna and Benjen.
I'll roll the check this time. I rolled a 6.
I'm actually glad you failed this one.
Huh? Why?
Because I can just imagine you extorting me for my own signet ring.
That's a pretty good idea. Now I'm mad.
No worries, everyone. I will pray to the goddess for this roll.
Benjen has a huge bonus for dexterity, too. Nice.
Dirty 20?
Nice. Benjen, you do a backflip, rolling through the hallway with expert care. Soon, you are on the other side, right next to Merrick's signet ring.
I'll take it!
And as soon as your fingers touch the metal, the hallway stops spinning.
Nice going. Thanks, Benjen.
Now I will accept my payment.
Joe, now you're speaking my language.
Not you too. What do you want?
Say please and thank you.
Please, may I have my ring back? Thank you for getting it.
Of course, buddy.
Holy shit, what the hell?
Good manners are the best payment. Now it's time to get my trusty loot from the last door.
The party backtracks to the final door and opens it. Inside, they find pitch darkness.
Oh no, I get it now. These hallways are abusing our fatal flaws. Donna is in love with herself. Merrick can't exercise, and I'm afraid of the dark. I told you all not to tell anyone.
You announced it to all our viewers. Anyway, it's not an issue. Don't you have a spell of light?
No, I took all the animal spells when we leveled up.
Damn it, Joe.
Ben, can't I see in the dark because of my Fey ancestry?
No, the magic of this darkness makes it difficult even for you to see.
Damn. Well, let's think about what we can do.
Hey, Benjen, I have that handheld staff of night vision. I'll let you use it if you pay the renter's fee.
Would that even work in this darkness?
I'll leave that up for all of you to discover.
Give me your character sheet, Donna. I want to read the description of that staff again. A handheld item that grants the user the ability to see in the dark for 2 hours once per long rest. Max 3 uses. I'm not sure if it would work. On the other hand, I have that smoky black pearl we picked up in one of the dungeons that can serve as a temporary light source. I need to recharge it after using, but it might be a better bet to create some light rather than trying to simply see in the dark.
Okay, are you using your magical pearl, Merrick?
Yep.
Merrick's magical pearl lets out a cold glow akin to moonlight, bathing the room in a bright light. You can see now that the room is relatively barren. Benjen's loot is sitting off in a corner, waiting.
My loot, my trusty old friend, how I've missed you.
Once Benjen is reunited with his loot, the darkness of the room dissipates enough that you can see your surroundings.
Then I'll put the pearl away again. That takes care of that. All of our things found again.
Is there nothing else in the house, Ben?
What do you mean?
Nothing besides these 3 hallways and doors?
Nothing else, really. But like I said, there's magic forcing the layout of the house a certain way.
Damn. I was hoping we could go snooping through Mem's things.
What? Why?
Because Mem is suspicious as hell. Haven't you noticed the creepy music that plays whenever we meet her?
That's true. But she's been nice enough to our party. She could have left us to die in the first dungeon.
Why not simply ask her if there's something you want to know?
Hi, Mem. Are you secretly evil? Yeah, I'm sure that will go over perfectly.
No one in the comments has picked up on anything yet.
Yeah, I guess not, but she is still suspicious.
If she does happen to be evil, I don't want to deal with her while trapped in a plane of her own creation, Donna. Best not to anger her right now.
Fine, do what you want.
Let's leave the house and go back to Mem.
Sure. The party finds Mem serving bowls of mushroom soup to some of the children of the forest.
Did you find everything you were looking for?
Apart from a way out of this place, yes.
Apologies again for the children. They get bored sometimes. It's all harmless fun, though. Would the three of you like some mushroom soup?
Yes, I would love some.
There aren't any hallucinogenic properties about that soup, right?
It's just mushroom soup.
Then yes, I'll take a bowl.
Me too.
Eat up while it's hot. Once I'm done serving the children, I can help the three of you out of this place.
The three of you hold wooden bowls filled with a warm mushroom stew. The smell is meaty and intoxicating.
Benjamin, check for poison.
Mem would never.
Drugs are also treated like poison in our body. Check for drugs.
I will sniff it like one of those doggies at the airport.
I wonder if I should make you roll a check for this. But what would I do? Investigation? Nature? Medicine? Not sure how to deal with a player sniffing out drugs. I suppose perception is always a safe choice. Roll, Benjamin.
19?
Wow. All right. Benjamin, you sniff the soup with a strangely practiced, animalistically keen sense of smell, but can detect no poison or drugs in the soup.
Then it's safe to eat. Let's enjoy and then get back on the road.
The three of you enjoy a warm bowl of mushroom stew alongside some of the forest children. Once your bowls are clean, Mem approaches you.
Are you three ready to go?
Yep.
Excellent. Just a moment, then.
She rifles through her pockets and produces a small wooden amulet decorated with leaves. Marek, you have seen an amulet like this before. It is similar to a trinket your home village would give to those leaving the community for adventure.
Marek backstory?
Very soon. Mem raises the amulet into the air, closing her eyes. She begins to sing a soft melody. Benjamin and Marek, you recognize the language to be Elvish. You can pick out the following words.
Bring back the portal to mortal plane. Bring back the portal to me again.
She chants the words in a song, and soon a circular portal opens before the four of you, glowing in the dark of the forest.
What are you waiting for? Go on through.
Marek. This spell is all too familiar to you. It's the same type of portal you have seen from your home village. It's a way to grant safe passage for travelers.
Nothing to worry about, guys. Let's go on through. I step through the portal with confidence.
I'll follow Marek.
And I'll go through as well.
Very good. The three of you step through the portal and find yourselves back on the craggy mountain pass. As you turn around, you see Mem watching you through the portal. She is still back in the pocketed plane of Feywild.
I'll have to close the portal and open it again to return to Mavana and the others. But this should be about where you three left off, right?
Looks that way, yes. How did you know?
It was easy enough to find the magical echo when one looks for it.
Miss Mem, if you don't mind me asking, what are you anyway? Some kind of fairy fae creature?
She regards the three of you strangely, and then a terrifying smile twists the corner of her mouth.
I thought you three would have figured it out by now. Redcaps aren't exactly unheard of fae creatures, are they?
No way. Redcaps are supposed to be little gross men with red hats on their head.
Sure. Perhaps under ordinary circumstances. But seeing how I was snatched up by your goddess when I was just a baby, I've undergone some alterations. Just as many of the creatures touched by her magic have as well.
With that, she snaps the portal closed.
What?
Ben, you can't leave it here. What is she doing? Is she going to hurt Mavana?
Redcaps are really evil creatures, but Mem is different. She seems to have evolved somehow, similar to the mushroom children. Myconettes or whatever. Still, I am also irritated that Ben would leave such looming questions unanswered.
All in good time. But with that, we're going to close the episode.
You're kidding. That's where you're leaving it?
Everything will be answered in good time, friends. To the viewers, thank you so much for watching this special Halloween episode. If you liked the video, leave a like and comment letting us know what you thought. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel so you stay up to date with the latest episodes of the campaign. For the next episode, we will either continue the campaign or do a special episode with Merrick's backstory. Perhaps merge the two into one. We'll see. As always, thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video.